I'm just a dog ass nigga. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Girl, I'm just a dog ass nigga. No, I ain't no idol, call me Fido, I'm a dog. I'm a dog ass nigga. When you see me come around, just call a pound, I'm a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Just a dog, just a dog, just a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Blue nose pit ride while I mix, I'm a dog. It's just something about your body, girl, you bad as shit. I bet you never been on Santa's list, cause everything about you is so naughty. But that's your friend and tell her she finna catch a stick. I'm sorry if you thought this was monogamous. Girl, I thought I made it obvious. Respect for me, come with respect for my conglomerate. The name's anonymous, the paper to them haters, I'm anonymous. It's only one of you and look, it's all of us. We want you on this bus so we could toss you up. That's what it is and I don't care what you thought it was. Yeah, we can fuck but don't you dare fall in love, cause I'm a dog. Girl, I'm just ass nigga. No, I ain't no idol, call me Fido, I'm a dog. I'm a dog ass nigga. When you see me come around, just call pounds, I'm a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Just a dog, just a dog, just a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Blue nose pit ride while I mix, I'm a dog.
I'm a dog ass nigga, let me off the leash and I'ma play with every fucking kitty. I've been lying, this is high school. Niggas y'all know, and I run up in your girl, I said you ain't home. I'm a motherfucking fool to this, knowing that I'm to this. And I got your bitch buy me shoes, sweet bitch. And I got that other bitch, saying that she over your house, talking to you about me on the low, bitch. Yeah, y'all be sharing this, they fucking clothes, bitch. I don't even fucking care, cause I'm Mr. Utrick. Cruise car, but everybody wanna take a drive with more D, bitch. And yes, I will let them rock. Overdrive.
Girl, I'm dog ass nigga. No, I ain't no idol, call me Fido, I'm a dog. I'm a dog ass nigga. When you see me come around, just call a pound, I'm a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Just a dog, just a dog, just a dog. I'm just a dog ass nigga. Blue nose pit ride while I mix, I'm a dog. They call me Puja. They call me I'm a dog, yeah. They call me Puja. Dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Puja, yeah, I'm a dog, yeah. They call me Puja. I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a
Yo, what up? Mr. Mumbles, King's Court, East 905. We're in the building. So we're going on our wrestling-ish right now. We're giving you the Raw recap. This is the final before the pay-per-view Sunday, TLC. We will also go over the TLC card and go over some other pay-per-views. Ring of Honor's got their final fight pay-per-view coming up as well. So we'll just go into that right now. So the night starts with Miz and the Dirt Sheet doing, a little skit, the Nightmare before Christmas there, where AJ Styles within the ring, they had Morrison do a joke version of Braveheart pretending to be McIntyre, and they went through a little skit there, which actually did cause some friction between AJ and Miz, because AJ realized Miz doesn't care who he cashes in the Money in the Bank title against. He just wants to cash in the title. After that skit brings out Sheamus, who is having a match versus AJ Styles, supposed to be later on in the night. Basically, a tuffle happens, and that match ends up coming after the break. Of course, it's AJ Styles versus Sheamus. Great match. Power versus speed, agility. You know, um, AJ Styles did a good job of taking out Sheamus's legs. Sheamus is using his power. It's the match before the pay-per-view, so you knew that AJ Styles was going to be able to pull out the win. I like that. I like that it pulled out a clean, well, a pretty clean win there. There was no, foot on the ropes or anything like that. So it was very good on that. And then afterwards, using Osmos to get Sheamus into the ring, and I like the whole, the beating with the chair, the whole thing going after Sheamus. One thing I did notice, and I think that they can definitely use that if they do want to eventually turn Sheamus and start a feud with him and Drew, is that Drew is supposed to be his friend and all of this stuff. However, anytime that he's having any actual issues, Drew's never coming out to help him. Like, it is very much, I find, that Drew McIntyre is not actually being a great friend to Sheamus, like, in how he handles it. Like, he's pretty much leaving Sheamus to deal with these situations all by himself. Okay, so basically, so, and it makes sense for what happened at the end of the night when they do the ascension with Drew and AJ. Okay, so that was a great match. I think it really made AJ look strong and prepared him for the pay-per-view. Let's see. So after that match there, we had the New Day and Jeff Hardy going against the Hurt Business. Jeff Hardy comes out with Riddle. They said for tonight, Riddle does his silly thing, so for tonight they're going to be the Hardy Bros. Still, I find Riddle funny, but I really think he's going to really do well as a passive aggressive bad guy, playing with your head, pissing you off, but pretending everything is all funny and thing. Like, I really see a development with his character as a bad guy that can really blow up, like a better, like, he'll piss at people hating him like how Miz does, but he'll be better in the ring. So New Day versus Jeff Hardy, New Day and Jeff Hardy versus the Hurt Business. So of course, they have what's it called? They have the pay-per-view New Day tag team title going against Shelton and Cedric from the Hurt Business. I'm not sure if by the time that comes through, I have a feeling they might have an intro match with what's it called, Bobby Lashley for the United States. But I don't know if they're going to make it versus Jeff Hardy or versus Matt Riddle, because they've brought both of them into kind of an issue with the Hurt Business. They could do triple threat, they could do anything with that, but I feel that they are going to have something there with Bobby Lashley. Okay, so great match, back and forth. Of course, a lot of cheating by Hurt Business, using their numbers a lot better than the New Day and ending up with a win over Jeff Hardy, getting the Hurt Lock by Bobby Lashley. Um, it was nothing blown away, but it was a very good match. All of these guys are veterans. With injury with Kofi, so I do feel that they are going to play off the injury of Kofi Kingston, and off of that to give an excuse for the Hurt Business to be able to get a win for the tag team titles. So I do think that that's going to push that out, and interesting to see what they are pushing with Cedric, as how that's going to play off with Cedric getting kind of playing off himself bigger there. They had Lana versus Nia Jax. Now, I really like, and I will say what this feud was missing from before. What I liked in this match was they actually let Lana, how she did it, just sneak a win. I thought they should have been doing this more often, in having Lana get little roll-ups and things and tie-ups and actual wins, and I really liked the way that they did that. But then afterwards, they pretty much did destroy Lana and take her out of the TLC match with a very bad injury. I'm not sure exactly why. I don't know if she's actually really injured and they had to take her out, or if they just didn't want that to go. So they've taken her out. And stuff like that. So Asuka is right now. Asuka right now has herself and to pick a partner. Later on that night, skip over, and Shayna Baszler had a match. Shayna Baszler had a match with what's her name, Mandy Rose's partner. Dana Brooke, and basically, as soon as Dana Brooke looked like she was doing well, Nia Jax came in. They started beating her up and thing. I assumed Asuka was going to come in, and boom, that was going to be the setup to have Dana Brooks and Asuka come in and fill the spot. I like it when WWE can sometimes surprise you. So boom, with a surprise, they come back with the returning returning Mandy, come in with a kendo stick, taking them out. And then when she was in trouble, Asuka came. So right now you have Asuka, Mandy, and Dana. And this match. What I hope to happen is, for somehow and for some reason, I'm hoping that Asuka backs out, because she's the heavyweight champion. She doesn't need to thing. And I hope that Mandy and Dana, as their tag team, come back together and they just have a true championship tag team match. The way it's thrown together, I'm not sure if they're going to lose the tag titles. I wouldn't want them to lose the tag titles unless they have a big push for either Shayna or Nia, or both. I do not want them to have them lose the title, because this dominant thing works well, only for them to be sitting on the sidelines. That wouldn't work. But we will see exactly. I don't know if they'll announce in the week or we gotta wait for the pay per view to see exactly what they're going to do with this tag match there. But um, also that happened there. We had basically uh, Bray Wyatt did a um, he said a field trip of the fireplace funhouse or whatever. Basically, he came down to the ring, and the puppets were at the side of the ring, and they were doing, being silly, playing the character. And then Randy challenged him to a hide and seek, find him in the back. And I like the silly psychotic, because you can see the psycho in Bray's eyes when, playing the kid. So I really like that he's really playing up the character. I think Bray is one of those characters, kind of like what they did with Kane or whatever. You could literally like come up with a whole movie and stuff around a character like Bray Wyatt or the Fiend and stuff like that. He's really an actual, character that he's playing. So, they Randy met him in the back. They're fighting. Randy trapped him in a box, coffin, whatever, a wood box. Light it on fire, playing off the psychotic Randy role. And right when it's burning and it looks like, something's gonna happen, popping out, it's not Bray Wyatt, but it's the Fiend, and hits Randy with another mandible claw. So, it's really playing on to the whole thing of, it seems like evil for evil, like Bray is on a level. It looks like Randy can take out Bray Wyatt, but then then it becomes the Fiend, and it looks like the Fiend is above Randy. So I really like how they're playing this matchup. The build up for it is actually pretty good there. Um, there was Keith Lee versus Miz and Morrison. What I didn't like about this match is we all know how handicap matches roll. How did this match just become a handicap tornado tag where they didn't have to tag in and out? They were able to pin to get they just decided that they were never going to leave the ring, and the referee just allowed it. There was no announcement that was the rules. Like even the announcers were saying they have to tag in and out, and they never did, and no one ever stopped it, and I don't understand why. So that kind of was foolish. Keith Lee did get to show his power. There were a couple of mess ups, like the time when he slammed Morrison outside of the ring, and you could tell Morrison bumping over and literally hit himself out of the ring, and it looked kind of silly. There's rumors about Keith Lee, Ono, and a few other guys, Otis and stuff like that, getting put back down to the performance center for some training. And I could definitely see, because if you're going to be pushing them to the main event, they need to be smooth and the chemistry needs to be there. So Miz and Morrison won by both pinning him at the same time, and that's what I thought was cheesy there. But it is what it is. I liked some of the moves, just showing of the power. Elias had a segment, and he now has his own type of bodyguard, Riker, who was some, like, I swear, like in different. He always comes in as like a bodyguard or a backup or something to somebody. I swear I've seen him in a few federations playing that role there. He like basically he's what Osmos to AJ Styles is. He's now to Elias. Um, like this is a tired like a played gimmick that always will work, but I'm surprised they're doing it a second time. I'm wondering how long this one's going to play until Elias talks too rude and Riker stands up for himself, because that's exactly where this one's going, and I can't see this one lasting much longer with Elias type ego. So I'm not really feeling this return as much, but I like Riker as a wrestler, so I don't mind that. They're continuing with the Ricochet retribution. This time he went against Mace. It was a good match. Ricochet started doing well. The rest of Retribution got involved. And because they actually never got a hit on Ricochet, they didn't get disqualified. He turns into a power bomb from Mace. Mace comes out with the win. Mustafa said it ends when you join Retribution. So at that point, what would it like? Are we just going to keep pushing this until he eventually joins? Are we like, is this going to be a big match between, the only way I can see this going is that the same thing that happened with the Hurt Business, he's going to have that type of a match with Retribution's Mustafa, where it's going to be we have a match. I don't know if this could be a TLC opener, but we have a match. If you win, I join Retribution. If I win, you leave me alone, or you blah 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 blah, you leave the WWE. Whatever level of stipulation, I actually would love for Ricochet to lose that match and actually have to join Retribution, and not fake join, but actually join and eventually buy into it. And actually, you could even eventually push them a feud with them as fighting over leadership or control, because the invasion of Retribution hasn't gone perfectly. So Ricochet could actually play off the problem isn't what they believe in, the problem who is leading them. So that needs to be finished, but depending on where that goes to, it needs to end in some way or manner. So we'll see how long they continue booking that there. Riddle had a match versus MVP. It was like 2 minutes. Hit each other, boom, boom. Riddle actually won. I don't see the match really wasn't. There wasn't no point other than just getting Riddle a quick win and giving MVP more reason to just manage and not be in the ring. It wasn't really that impressive of a match there, so but it was okay there. Okay, so this was the final Raw before the TLC. I think they did a great job setting up the AJ Styles Drew McIntyre, and I think they did a great job setting up the tag match with the Hurt Business and the New Day. They've enticed me and have me interesting of what they are going to do with this women's tag match right now. You know, I'm very confused as to where that's going to go. So we will see what type of match that's going to be coming through there. And I want to see what they're going to do with the Bobby Lashley situation. It's not the best there. I want to see, but it was a very good Raw there. I do think it was a pretty good build up of excitement for the setup of the pay-per-view there. Probably Saturday when I do my SmackDown review, we will also have a full TLC predictions blog added onto that, where we will top to bottom go through the whole pay-per-view and decide who is going to win and lose on that there. So we also Ring of Honor. They had PCO and Briscoe doing a tag match just to set up because they do have the tag match against Lethal and Gershom at the pay-per-view. Okay, so what's actually kind of annoying is that the Briscoe, Jay Briscoe, he wasn't in the match because he was concerned with his match with EC3 that was supposed to be having, because they had a feud. And once again, COVID has to kill another thing. So basically, because of COVID, EC3 has been pulled from the pay-per-view. So because of that, they are not going to be having that match. So the Briscoe is just going to be sitting around doing nothing there. We got the return of Mike Bennett, who's going to be teaming with Matt Taven against the Righteous there. And I believe that was the match that they've been building up on that match, as you know, Mike Bennett has just returned to Ring of Honor there. So that there is going to be the pay-per-view that is going to be coming up here, and I am going to be doing a blog on a full prediction blog on that one coming up very soon. I don't really like how they do the Ring of Honor because there's only 2 matches. There's no real storyline to the show anymore to really talk about. So I really liked the tag match there. Briscoe always looks good in ring. PCO was a partner. I do, of course, wish it was a Briscoe tag match there coming up in the pay-per-view, just because I'm a big Briscoe fan. They're one of the best tag teams out. And okay, so all right, so let me get ready there. So let me give you the details for Final Battle, and that is the Ring of Honor pay-per-view here. So of course, for the pre-show, Tony Deppen, LSG, Josh Woods, and Dave Draper, they're on a 4-way match. The winner is going to later on in the pay-per-view go for the TV championship. They said Mike Bennett and Matt Taven going against the Righteous. You got Tracy Williams and Rhett Titus going against Fred Yehi and Wheeler Yuta for the Pure Rules Tag Team match. Jonathan Grisham is going to be actually fighting twice in this pay-per-view. He's defending his Pure Championship versus Flip Gordon, and then him and Jay Lethal going against PCO and Mark Briscoe. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to be pulling both of those titles. And then, of course, Dragon Lee's got his TV championship against whoever wins. And then we've got Rush going against Brody Lee for the ROH World Championship. As I said, EC3 is pulled from it, so that match. And there were a few other matches because there was about 3 or 4 people that did not clear the testing, so they are not able to go into the. They are not able to go into the pay-per-view there. Okay, so, but that is December 18th. As I said, I will have a full prediction blog, and we will be streaming those live on my channels. So make sure you all follow Twitter at KingsCourtENT. Follow Instagram Mumbles905. Coming with that Kingsh. That's DATKINGSHH. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but real-ish here. Let's go, Mr. Mumbles. Beast 905. And y'all have a good day there. Peace out.